can do that, it just fell off. You should know by now that my telephone just falls out. After a while, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so it said, let me read it again. So it says, Job 9:7, which commended the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. Well, in a spiritual form, it's talking about the wisdom. He can dumb you down, and he can actually make you more intelligent. I'm gonna give you an example. He did this to Esau too. He made Esau stupid. That's when he was in the caves. He couldn't even walk upright. He was a brute beast. But now, our people look up to him. Of the technology he has and all that there. Our people love the phones. Because it says right here, I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, so it says right here, Isaiah 3:1. Man. Isaiah 3:1. For behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff. He took our stability away. The whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. So he took the stability of bread and he took the stability of water, and we couldn't water ourselves or feed ourselves. He took that away. Right. First Isaiah 3:2. The mighty man. So the Most High took away the mighty man, and the man of war, and the judge, and the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. The Most High took all that away, and he dumbed us down to where our people don't know what the hell's going on. But the children of darkness of this world, they do know what's going on. The majority of our people don't know. So the Most High took all of our wisdom, our prudence. He took away, but not from everybody. It's a few select that he did not take it away from. And he even increases more knowledge onto those. Okay, going back to Job. Job 9:7. Job 9:7. Which commanded the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. The Israelites are as the stars of heaven, and he made them hidden from themselves. But the Most High can also seal up the stars in heaven, the physical one. But so this, like I said, a lot of scriptures are multifold. Not just double, but multiple, which is multiple times. I thought my father fell. Job 9:7, which commanded the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. The Most High can take away wisdom, and he can bring it again. Isaiah 60 explains that the Jacob descendants in the kingdom, we're not going to need the sun and the moon, which is the wisdom of the heathen nations. That's why they have sun worship, which is Christianity. And then they have moon worship, which is Islam. Those are the wisdoms of the world right now. The most powerful ones too. The most powerful ones of the world is the sun and the moon, which they worship. Ancient Pharaoh Mizraim used to do it too. Sun worshippers. And then you had the moon worshippers, which is what Esau does too. Saramas and Tammuz and Nimrod. All goes back to sun and moon and stuff like that. So Job chapter I think the big ones passed away now. Damn, my throat was hurting screaming. I was coughing like a mother. Think they're passing right now. Anyway, so I can actually talk about that a little bit once more because it's passed out and the loudness is not there no more as much. So let me glance over what I just was talking, and they was just making too much loud. I hate the shit. Motorcycle cars, they do this shit often. Okay, cool cat. Finally rested. Okay, let me jump back to where I was, right? Okay, I'm gonna glance over it. Job chapter 9 verse 5. Which removeth mountains and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger. He removes kingdoms and they don't know what the hell is happening. Esau don't know why stuff is getting more expensive. He don't know what's going on with the daughters of Esau. You know, they don't know what's going on. What's up? You have the daughters of Esau fighting against Esau, just like you had the daughters of Jacob fighting against Jacob. So they don't know what's going on. But through the power of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, we do know. We know that if you give your daughter the liberty, she gonna sell herself. And it's also the spirit of the Most High. That's first and foremost. Actually, He put that spirit on them, just like how He put that spirit on the Jacob descendants for committing spiritual adultery against Him. And then He was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make your wife commit adultery against you. Now you know how I feel. I feel good, right? You want to kill somebody, right? Yeah, that's how I felt when you went to the other gods and idols and worshiped them and sacrificed unto them and threw drink offerings unto them. That's how I felt about you. Now you know how I feel. Now you can't complain. But you might say, like, that's unfair. Why do you want to make us feel what you felt? Well, our people were killing babies. They was doing child sacrifice. You forgot that part? The idols of Canaan, Psalms 106. They was doing that type of shit. They was doing adultery. They was doing everything that's written in the book of Leviticus 18 and Leviticus 20. There's a lot of shit written there. The Jacob descendants were doing that. So for us to get smoked, it was a form of mercy. I don't want you to continue in your wickedness. You need to die today. Oh, okay. Back to the spirit world. It's better for you. Instead of ruining yourself over here. Destroying yourself. Alright? Abuses of self. Right, let me go on. So, Most High is the one that removeth kingdoms. And they don't know what the hell's happened. Which, especially the public. Because Esau written a lot of state books and stuff like that. But I didn't read it, but I read the caption and stuff like that. It says like, every empire has like 215 years, plus minus. So he knows. He knows exactly why he's falling. And the people don't know. Anyway, verse 7. Which commanded the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. Whereas spiritually, physically it's talking about the sun, he can shut that down. The stars, he can shut that down. But spiritually, the commanded the sun that it riseth not. The Most High took away the knowledge from the Jacob descendants. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 1 until verse 3. That's just one chapter that shows you that. And Isaiah chapter 1 also shows you that. Basically, he dumbed us down. And Ezekiel chapter 2 also shows you that our people want to be dumbed down. They want to be stupid. You know? They don't want to hear nothing of righteousness in Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. They only want to hear the wickedness of Esau and the heathen nations. So verse 7, which commanded the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. In the physical form he does that, but in the spiritual form he does that too, which is make you stupid. And Esau was dumb. He was dumber than a box of rocks, man. You know, because he put them in the caves. Couldn't even speak. But that's what the Most High did to Esau. But now he woke him up out of that state, and he made him go about upon the planet Earth, conquering and shit like that with the sword, being all smart with the technology, pew, 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 pew. Making these fancy guns. You shoot freeze, and he can shoot freeze now. Shit, you can shoot flame. They didn't have that back in the days. They used to throw boulders with gasoline on it back in the ancient days when they had wars. You know, you could say biblical days, but still, back in those days. But before World War I, people were still fighting like that. You know, they had boulders with gasoline on it and stuff like that, set it on fire, shoot it at you. They don't have that no more. They don't have that no more. And if they do have it, it's hella fancy. They got new boulders right now. It's called a gun. It's actually a slingshot. A gun is a slingshot, if you think about it. It's just a piece of metal, like an iron. The bullet is like a rock. And then the clapper, that's the gun. That's the that's a gun. That's a slingshot nowadays. Right, so it says right here. Everybody's saying hello. Okay. So it says right here, Job chapter 9, verse. So yeah, that's what 7 is talking about. Verse 8. Which alone spreadeth out the heavens and treadeth upon the waves of the sea. He can calm them down too. And his son could walk upon the sea like that. And he can calm them down too. You know? Most High could raise them up and calm them. He controls them, right? Like your heart. he can make you fall in love with something that you shouldn't be falling in love with. That's it. That's not a good thing, man. That's not a good thing. I know that the Most High can do that, man. I know he can do it. I know exactly he can do it. You might be laughing at another for the girl, but he didn't do that with the other ones. He didn't do that with the other ones. I've been laughing almost my whole life at certain guys that like certain type of girls. You like those type of girls? You dumb motherfucker. You're going to be a single father, and she's going to be a single mother. Because you like idiots. And you're an idiot for liking an idiot. Falling for the idiot. You did fall. Stupid. I'm falling for her. You said it right. That goes back to Genesis. You did fall. Stupid. How could you fall for a skank? Anyway, I'm laughing at those. But one time I was laughing. But it wasn't mean, man. It wasn't mean. I just thought to myself, like, well, what do you want?
Water.
Huh?
You want some water?
Water? No, man.
In your head?
What do you want? What do you want?
Money. Can't get
No, I ain't got no money, man.
Why not?
Why do you think?
Because.
That's right.
No, serious question. What are you doing here? I'm curious.
I'm teaching the Bible.
Why?
Why not?
No, but I'm asking you. Why? I'm open to.
Listen, man, you came here on some clown shit.
No.
I don't know what the fuck you want.
I want to make a joke, but now I'm seriously.
Hey, Joe, your joke is not accepted, so you could just do whatever you want. You could stay here or you could leave. I'm not busy with you.
I know. I'm not trying to clown you. No, don't worry.
You shouldn't.
I'm not trying to discredit you. No, don't worry.
Don't worry about that, man.
But you're looking at me like as if I'm a bad guy.
You are a bad guy because you
Why?
came here to fuck around, and you're gonna find out.
My intention was to fuck around.
Yeah.
True, you're right.
Right. So why aren't you the bad guy?
I am the bad guy.
Okay, then why you ask me if I think that?
Because I look in your eyes.
Good.
And God knows.
Yeah, you might know, yeah. Well, Lord knows everything, but damn. And
Why?
what do you want more?
No, I don't want more. I don't want anything.
Okay, cool.
But I'm curious. What do you think?
What?
Are you convinced of God?
Yeah.
Why? A serious question. I'm not trying to just around. Just
Do you believe in heaven? Do you believe?
I am personally. I am agnostic.
So you believe in like Satan and all that type of stuff?
Sure.
You're a Satanist?
No, not Satanist. No, of course not. No. It's all the same. Agnostic. I have no idea if God exists or not. I don't say I don't like Satan. No, there's nothing I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea whether it exists.
So
or
do you
not.
celebrate Christmas?
Yes.
So
but
do
no.
you
But yes, but no.
So
yes, but no.
you celebrate flying reindeers? That's what you celebrate?
Is that how you?
No, that's what it is. You celebrate flying reindeers from a fat guy on the North Pole, obese, with flying reindeers coming to bring presents to your house with chimney that you don't have, or how you call that tree? Denabone tree. What the fuck is that tree? Christmas tree.
But is that how you respond to my answer?
Yeah.
I was saying I don't know yet because we celebrate it, but I don't celebrate like fully.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating it because it's accustomed to our tradition. Doesn't mean that I celebrate it.
Yeah, but still
But you went to
the source, the truth.
No, you went to the thought process of me being a person that really likes Christmas, and therefore I am a bad person. Is how you respond to it.
Do you celebrate the birthday of Hitler?
You want the truth? How I think?
Yeah.
I hate everything that's surrounding belief. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Belief suppresses people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hate it.
Well, I'm up in belief, so why are you here?
No, but I'm wondering.
You got your question? You got your answer of your question?
I thought persons that believe in God were supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm not a sucker. I'm not a sucker. That's the Christians where they fuck kids in the churches and stuff like that. Do they believe in God? They fuck kids in the churches. Do they believe in God? So just because you're in the church doesn't mean that you're a good person. So what are you saying about me? About that, you know, with people that believe in God, that I'm supposed to be a certain way. You don't know what type of certain people you're supposed to be, because those examples in the churches, they show you what they are. And yet people still go there by the billions. So looking at me and, well, what you just said, like, I thought Christians were supposed to, or people that believe in the Bible were supposed to be a certain way. You don't know how they're supposed to be.
Exactly. That's why I like you. Because I love it. Because you're being truthful.
Yeah.
That's why I want to talk to you.
Cool cat, man. Because you're drinking, that's why you want to talk to me too.
Yes, I agree. No, I agree.
I know.
You're right. You've seen it in that
Of course I've seen it. I smell it too. And if you were sober, you probably would just walk on. Because
Agreed.
a lot of people, when they're
Agreed,
drunk,
agreed.
then they want to talk to me. But when they're sober, they don't want to talk to me.
You know why? Because life is nothing to be talking about in every sober's perspective.
It's not only that. The
You
liquor.
don't think like that. But you're right. The liquor makes you more hesitant.
Yes, it makes you more bold. So,
Yeah, more bold. Yeah, you're right.
right. But I want to actually finish this up, man. You got something more to say?
You're right. So excuse me. So
Right.
what are you doing right now? What is your
Videotaping. Not there, me.
why?
It's for you two.
Why?
Teach you the Bible.
But you cannot teach me.
You're not, but you don't, this is not for you, man. This is for people that believe. You don't even believe. You don't even know what's going
You
on.
didn't even try.
I actually gave you a few not options. How you call that
You
thing?
didn't know.
No, I did not. I said I gave you a few points. I gave you a few points
Which ones?
about the flying reindeer, if you follow it or not.
But why? What is your first perspective? Your first question was, do you believe in the flying reindeer? Why do
Because you
follow it?
celebrate that, because you said that you don't believe in certain type of
But
things
I
with
believe in
Christianity and
people
stuff like that.
enlightening other people. But your first question is discrediting someone's belief.
The thing is, I actually don't want to actually go into conversations with people that drink, because they have not a mindset.
Understandable.
They have not a mindset of clarity on that note. Especially if they drink too much.
You're right.
And you look like you drank too much.
For a certain degree, you're right. But the only thing
Little
I'm
bit
gonna
drinking
respond-
is cool, but you
No,
drank too
understandable.
much.
But my only response to that extent is, your first question was, oh, you believe in the reindeer.
No, your first question was, do you want to have drink on your head or something like that, right? Your first question was, do you want to have drink on your head? You don't remember
I
that?
cannot explain my question. I cannot explain anything. You're gonna talk throughout my story, and therefore you're right. That's how
Okay,
you
go
work.
ahead, go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say. Say it again.
Right. So I went here. Obviously, you're right in that sense.
Of course
I was
I
here to joking about it. I was here.
Mhm.
You're right in that sense. And your first question was, do you believe in the flying reindeer?
Right.
Right? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Why is it your first question?
Because you was talking about something. I don't know what you was talking about anymore. You some kind of belief or something that you said. You said something, and then I asked you. Oh yeah, you said you don't believe. Oh yeah, you said you don't believe in God.
Agnostic, yeah.
Right, right,
Afterwards,
right.
but that's
Right.
not the first thing I said to you.
Do you know the first thing that you said to me?
Yes.
What?
I was just kidding around.
Okay, go on. Well, so you done?
I'm done.
Cool.
You know what? Have a nice evening.
Hey, you too. My hands. I just took a piss. Can't shake
That's
people's
why I want
hands.
to shake your hand, because I want your piss right now.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Fuck.
But honestly, if you want to preach to God, don't be self-contained in what you're doing right now.
Yeah, you're dropping stuff, so watch out. The liquor, you dropped it. You're spilling.
I'm spilling, but you're not knowing what you're saying.
That's good. Anyway, as I was saying, Job chapter 9, verse. 8. Which alone spreaded out the heavens and treaded upon the waves of the sea. Because the Most High is the one that does all these things. He can calm the sea down. He can set up things. He can make it this great. He can do whatever he wants. He can make the the sea turn ice and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He can do whatever he wants. He set it up like that. Verse 9, which make it Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades. Those are just names that Esau set up. And then he changed those names, just like how he changed, for example, the rainbow. Now the rainbow is associated with the alphabet people. But back in the days, if you go to the 60s, the rainbows was not representing those type of people. It was representing actually the covenant made with Noah. Because around the 60s, 70s, 60s, that's around the time that he started to change things that you can actually be like, oh shit, what the hell? He changed things, you know what I'm saying? Well, he did it before that, but there's like this. We don't really have obvious changing. I'm gonna give you an example. Rock and roll. When I was growing up, I thought rock and roll was some Edomite devil shit. Because they did that and hell, Satan, shit like that. So I grew up thinking that's some devil shit. Until like 2000 something, like 2007, something like that, I've actually found out that rock and roll was black music. It was 100% black music back then. But through time, they made it to where the people that are born afterward would not know that that music was 100% Jacob descendant and only that. And even I have this interview of Ray Charles. I have this interview of Ray Charles, and he said the so-called white people did not like. I'm holding the camera because it's windy. They did not like rock and roll. They hated it. As a matter of fact, it is when Elvis popped up, then millions of them started to flock, especially in America. Started there, of course, then all across the world, of course, as usual. Eventually, billions of them started to flock toward rock and roll and started to take that thing. You could basically say they started to take it down from then there. From him, from since him, sorry. And that's an example of through time, he can change things, and then even later on, even if you're still in this world, you still don't know. And there's so many Jacob descendants upon the planet Earth that have no idea whatsoever where rock and roll came from until I tell them. Well, not me specifically, individually, but the ones that I told, none of them knew. None of them knew it. None of them knew. They had no idea until I showed them a few things like here. And you got these guys called around the world, those motherfuckers. Well, they took a lot of shit from the Jacob descendants rock and roll era, and when I heard that music, I was like, hey, that shit sounds fucking dope. Until I started finding out who they sampled it from, I'm like, God damn it. There's a song called "Break the Waters" or something like that. I forgot the song's name, but then they changed it into robots, something with robot. It's a dope song. When I heard it, I was like, man, that shit's dope. And then I looked it up because I was like, ain't no way Edomite did that. So I looked it up and I was like, oh no. They took the Jake and they not fine-tuned it, but they tuned it to where it stayed. It's just dope. But they tuned it, but it's actually the same. But they tuned it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They tuned it a little bit, but it's dope. It's dope. And you got the other one from the rock and roll song called "Bad to the Bone." When I heard that when I was young, I thought like, damn, that shit's dope actually, man. Then of course when I got older, I found out it was actually from Muddy Waters. I was like, man, these motherfuckers is some fucking thieves, man. But that's my point. That's my point. My point of showing you that even though we have records, they still are able to deceive the masses, the four corners of the world. And even if you tell them, they're gonna be shrugging it off or denying it or be like, fuck it. It's like the country music thing. They don't want Jacob in there, but they made sure that they closed the door after them. Jacob opened the door like, yeah, you motherfuckers come listen to my shit. And then they heard it, and they start copying it because they ain't got their own shit. They start copy and paste, and then they start to make their own little devil shit. And then after that, they close the door behind them so that no one can come up in that country music anymore. Even though it started out 100% Jacob descendants, started out all black, just like an rock and roll. Started out the same way, but after it, they shut the door behind them because they want to keep you out. That's why they got gated communities too, because they won't keep you out. That's why they got gated communities. You know what I'm saying? What Jacob descendant built gated communities? They ain't building shit. Esau be building that to keep you Jacob descendants out of there. Not only that, but that's one of the big reasons, because they always wanted to make towns where only they are in, and the gated communities. that's one of them, you know. So them all shocked trying to make a so-called all-white village or something like that. Man, that shit, man, motherfucker. I've been around places here in the Netherlands where they don't see Jake, man. They see me, they be like, hey, they almost want to touch my motherfucking hair, man. You know? They want to talk to you, they want to see how you know what I'm saying? If you go outside of Amsterdam and you go a little bit further to the south, to the east, to the north, you're going to see, you walking around, you see only Caucasian. You be looking at this shit, you got Arabs, you got Turkish, you got all these motherfuckers you got there. You don't see Jake or dark skin a lot. You don't see Hamites and stuff like that. So you can kind of say these are actually Edomites. Well, not only Edomite. The Turks are Edomites. Those are the ones that went to Islam. But still, they don't call themselves Edomites. But they are. But anyway, you have them still in these different regions and stuff like that here in the Netherlands. Yeah. Germany. We still have places that are only Jake. And you know what the funny thing is? In America, they say like if everything was to be turned white or just a white village or something like that, they would be more prosperous. I'm looking around here, they're dirt poor than a motherfucker compared to America. You know why America actually did so good? Because of slavery, because they had free labor, and then therefore they could build up their money, and with their money, they can actually make more money, and that's how America got great. Just to wrap it up real short, that's how they got great over there, because of free slave labor. And the devil worshiping that they do too. Don't forget that one. But he got it from his youth. Isaiah chapter 47. Everybody knows about that devil worship that they do over there. That's why everybody trying to sell their souls. Trying to get up in the Hollywood. You know, they know it, but it's like I said, they shrug it off. But if it was about a Jacob descendant, they would keep on remembering you. Just like how you have, for example, the OJ thing. For years, every year they came out with a new documentary. Even after his death, they came out with a new one. I was like, what the fuck? But they ain't coming out with a new Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, the new discoveries. They don't do that shit. Why would they do it? They would expose themselves. The fuck would they do that? They'd rather expose you, slander you, the Jacob descendants. But anyway, let me go on. You know what it says here? Man, I had so many scriptures, man. It didn't fly out the door. Lord willing, I'm going to cover it another day, because I just stayed in one chapter a little bit. You could say a little bit left and right and all that there. But I actually had more, but it's all good. I'll do a house video. So it says right here, Job 9 and 10. I already read that. In the chambers of the south, Job 9 and 9 I read. Now Job 9 and 10. Which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. That's what the Most High is doing. So, again, Job chapter 9, verse 1 until 10 is still talking about the Most High and His greatness and all that type of stuff. Verse 11, Lo, He goeth by, and I see Him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive Him not. And that means, Romans chapter 9, verse 8, therefore, what am I doing? Sorry. Oh, it's Romans 11. Romans 11, I should go down. Romans 11 and 13, which that's the precept to get the understanding for that. Romans 11:13. Huh? Oh, wait, what the hell? Hey. Romans 11 and 33. Romans 11:33. I say then, what? What? Okay. Romans 11:33. It says right here, "Oh, the depth of the riches, both the wisdom and the depth of the riches, both the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are His judgments, and His ways past finding out." So what does it say in Job chapter 9? It talks about Job 9 and 11. It talks about, let me read it, Job 9:11 again. Job 9:11. Lo, so Job is talking, right? He goeth by me. So the Most High passeth by him, you could say, right? Like he does things, wondrous things in front of him. He sees it, but he doesn't understand it. He don't know what's going on. That's what he said. So Job 9:11. He goeth by me, and I see him not. Because the Most High, certain things. I'm not saying that he closed Job's eyes or he didn't open them. No, I'm just giving an example of the Most High is the one that opened up your eyes, and the Most High is the one that shut your eyes. Isaiah chapter 9. Oh no, 6 verse 9. So let me read it again. So Job 9:11. Job 9:11. For lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Because the Most High is the one, seeing they see and perceive not. Hearing they hear and understand not. So the Most High can do that to you. And if he wants to, he can make you understand stuff. And if he don't want to, he ain't gonna understand it. So that's why I'm not angry when a person does it, like a Jacob descendant, you don't get it. I'm actually thinking to myself like, okay. But sometimes I like the battle because not when he doesn't believe, but when he has it wrong concerning certain things. Then I want to go up in the scriptures with him, showing certain things and say it's dope, But keep thy pearls away from swine. So once you start, because they will turn around and rent you. So once you see like, hey, this Jacob descendant is, you know what I'm saying? It's really fighting. And you be like, okay, man, you believe in what you got, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. Because I'm talking to a guy right now concerning he believes he's in the new covenant. Okay. I pulled the first scriptures. I want to talk to him again. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to go up in a battle. You know what I'm saying? Y'all at the side. It's gonna sharpen me too. I'm always learning. But he think he in the kingdom, so he pulls scriptures like, "No man should teach you. You already know." That's I forgot where it was, but he pulled that up on me. I was like, okay, cool. Me, I'm still learning. I know motherfucking well who I learned from, and still learning. So I'm not even bothering myself with that shit. Talking about, I don't need no man to teach me. Okay, cool. But some things I know that Yahawah Bashem Yahshai, because you have to understand, like the teachers, they don't have time to sit down with you, break all these scriptures down. You got the time. And therefore I started to read, and all of a sudden I started to understand stuff. I was like, oh, how the hell did I get that? I don't know, man. I just read it. All of a sudden I understood it. I was like, okay. I don't know. I just understood it. I read it and I understood it. And what's up, man? That's one. Let's go. And for example, you have a week before that, I read the same chapter and didn't understand nothing. So when I read it, I was like, what? What just happened? So that's possible, but still you need to understand and know where you learned from. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Anyway, but I'm not trying to be like him. Talking about that I know everything and all that. I don't know everything. And if y'all about you ask me a question, Maybe I don't know it at that time. The Most High might help me right there at that time. Until now, I don't. You know what the thing is? You have a lot of people that have certain questions that you never heard of, like, huh? Ah, that's how your mind works? And then you go look at the scriptures for them, and then you give them the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So that's why what I do like is I like to battle, because the battling is going to make you smarter. It's going to make you better in the scriptures, because they have questions, like they're helping questions. First Peter chapter 3. I'm not talking about battling with a goddamn idiot. I'm talking about with a God-fearing man, not a goddamn man, a God-fearing man. You know, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So when you are talking to one of those, you know he fears the Most High, but he don't have the doctrine. He has a seal of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but not according to knowledge. So yeah, that's how I like to battle. And then he be asking questions. I was like, I've never thought of that. Okay, cool. And then look up here. So that's it. That's dope. Because if he doesn't ask you these questions, it would never come in my head. Because I'm not thinking like him. Look at him. So you have people that are of another caliber, man, of another cloth, and then you talk to them, and they have questions that I never think about. And then when he asks the question, then I gotta go look in the scriptures for him, and then I find it. That's what I mean with I wasn't thinking about that. And then he came up with that, and then I was like, okay, let me find. I know of something, and then I find it, and I gave scriptures and breakdowns, and that's it. But anyway, let me almost wrap it up. We'll wrap it up right here. So let me go on. So Job chapter 9, verse 11. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? If he takes stuff from you. Like a robber. He took the kingdom from Esau. He's taking the kingdom from Esau right now. He took the kingdom from Jacob. He took the kingdom from Tyre. He took the kingdom from Sidon. He took the kingdom from Mizraim. He took it from Ishmael. He took it from Ashur. He took it from Aram. He keeps on taking, but he's the one that gave him in the first place. So he gives and takes, And he does that continually. He gave Esau the kingdom, but now he's... Man, don't shit on me, man. Last time this bird, motherfucker. That bird, right? That motherfucker. He came above here, and he was trying to take a shit on me, man. And I already saw him, man. So that's what it is. But anyway, let me go on. Now it says right here. And it says right here, Job chapter 9, verse 11. So it says right here, Lo, he goeth by, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away, who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, what doest thou? Yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing. What you're gonna do is you're gonna babble, and then you're gonna just basically abuse yourself. You're gonna destroy yourself. Romans chapter 1, if I'm correct. Abuses of self. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 also. Verse 9 and stuff like that. And Romans 1 too. But anyway, so going on Job 9 and... What was it? 13. If the Heavenly Father will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under it. That's in the book of Isaiah chapter 31. Isaiah 31. Isaiah 31 and 3. Now the Egyptians are men, and not the Most High, not power. And their horses flesh, and not spirit. When Yahawah shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is holpen shall fall down. So the ones that trying to help Mizraim from falling, the Most High is going to make you fall. And the one that's being holpen, by, just talking about Mizraim. If you help Mizraim, you're going to fall. And Mizraim that is helped by you or helping by you, they're going to fall too. So that's what it means in the book of Job chapter 9, verse 13. If the Heavenly Father will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers that stoop under him, the proud helpers do scoop under him, meaning they're going to bow down, you know? How much less, damn, can't even read anymore, man. What? Okay, but the Most High is helping me because it was violently raining before I came here, and then it stopped. And now it's beginning again, around the time that I'm actually supposed to stop. So I can get out of here and still make it without getting my hair wet. Yeah, I don't like this poisonous rain. Anyway, so it says right here. Job 9 and 14. How much less shall I answer him and choose out my words to reason with him? Because you can't. Verse 15. Woe whom, though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge, and he isn't. You're going to beg. Supplication means begging. It goes into begging. Verse 16. If he had called, if I had called and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice. He's like, what? I'm not even believing that he actually responded to me. You know, verse 17. For he breaketh me with a tempest and multiplied my wounds without cause. You can read the precepts for that. Everybody knows the book of Job, what the Lord did to him. Job chapter 1, Job chapter 2. But if you read the book of Job 10, he will go a little bit more in explaining, like, I didn't do anything. And still you destroy me. I am your creation. Why are you trying to destroy me? You know. But to finish that story off without talking a lot and reading all, if you read the last chapter, you will see the Most High made him greater than he originally made him. So he made him great. He broke him down, and then he made him greater than he already was. That's what that's what Esau does in the military. You come up in there. I'm not in the military, by the way, but you come up in there, and then what do? They break your ear. You know what I'm saying? And then you're third. Clean my bed. That's what they do to you. You know, they got you. But that's what Esau does. He does a lot of filthy things on the side too. He does some P. Diddy stuff too. That's what they do in the military. You can look that up. I'm gonna talk about it right now. Might get flagged for the words I'm about to say, because they do a lot of beyond spoken stuff. Some sort of make more shit in the military. I call it friendly fire. If you type in Google, 38 men. I'll just say, 38 men daily raped in the military. I'm not making this up, man. And that's the ones that are bold enough to admit it. How about those dudes that ain't saying shit? Man, you surrounded by guns. Somebody finna die today, man. Fuck that shit. You surrounded by guns. You ain't doing nothing, man. Man, hey, if that would happen to you, you wouldn't care about anything else. First thing that came, man, let me not even talk about that shit. I don't want to think about that. I would just kill him. And I wouldn't be worried about dying myself, because I was like, no, you died there when that shit happened to you. Fuck it. I'm gonna kill him. But yeah, they just be silent because they broke their ass. Anyway, that's when you humble the girl. Bullshit. So it says Job chapter 9 verse 17. For 18. He will not suffer me to take He will not suffer me to take my breath. He didn't want them to die. or be relaxed, take exhaling, be relaxed and stuff, but that's not talking about it. But you can put that with it too, but it was actually talking about he didn't want him to die, because in the book of Job chapter 3, Job said to the Heavenly Father, basically, through the power of the scriptures, he said, why didn't you kill me before I was even born? But you suffered me to be alive. Why? So you can hurt me? Basically. Because the Most High said he desired different type of emotions. Then the Most High desired the least emotion wanted upon the planet Earth. For example, pain. I'm not talking about them jackass type of people, because jackass, they hurt themselves for money and for fame and for all that debt. But Most High get you in the spirit. A lot of people would not want that, They rather have the physical pain. Even King Solomon said, give me any plague but the plague of the mind. So he can really damage you. I'm not saying that Solomon got the plague of the mind, but I'm giving you an example of the taste of it. Like even he said, no, give me the pain, give me the pain. Give me the physical pain. That will heal faster than, I'm going to give you an example of a fact. Let's say you was in school and you fight guys, right? Cool cat, you know what I'm saying? After a year or whatever, you even shorter than that, you already forgot, especially if you go to another school or whatever, stuff like that. You already forgot about that dude. When you see that dude on the street, you ain't even tripping, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you even turn into friends, and sometimes, you be bigger enemies, and sometimes she's still looking at them like, fuck, I need to beat the motherfucker up. Stuff like that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just walk beside each other. But not a lot of times you still, you're still thinking about, trying to kill this dude. And stuff like, not a lot of times. It might happen, but not a lot of times. But with a girl that used to be intimate with you and used to, live with you and all that type of stuff, you wake up, you think about kill this bitch. You wake up, you don't think about Esau waking up. Well, you might actually, but I'm talking about like real passionate. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't close with him, intimate. It was when a traitor, like a girl, bops you aside the head and stuff like that, and goes out with another dude. Lord willing, it never happened to me, not that I know of. So I'm not gonna say nothing about that. But I've seen some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you would trying to hurt her more than you would try to hurt your biggest enemy, because you're not thinking about your biggest enemy all the time. You're thinking about what that girl did to you. You're thinking about what that girl did to you. You know what I'm saying? Because she betrayed you. If somebody is close, that's why traitors, you want to kill them worse than, let's say a cop infiltrate, if you're a criminal. Let's say a cop infiltrates your clique. Yeah, you want to kill him, cool cat. But if your friend that you grew up with, y'all was 9 years old, whatever, 6 years, whatever, and then he turn on you, that's wrath. That's like bleeding in the eyes. That's in the mind, That's wrath. You really want to get him. That's how them criminals think. But normal people think like that too. But then it's betrayal concerning, intimacy and stuff like that. But anyway, so let me go on. Job chapter 9:18. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filleth me with bitterness. Job chapter 10. And other chapters too, but still, Job chapter 10. Verse 19. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? You can't, because it's the Most High that does it. Verse 20. If I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me pervert, because now you're too fucking proud. You shouldn't say that. But the scripture does say, but that's another way to interpret it, as in you should strive to be perfect. You ain't perfect, but you should have that mindset toward perfection that you want it. That's why, we in this flesh, you want to have that perfection, but you need to understand that you don't have it. Romans 7. And the guy that I'm talking about, that I was talking about, I'm not talking about him, but I mentioned him. But he's not the only one. But you have people that believe in his new covenant. They really think like they really done, like they in the kingdom. I'm asking, like, are you? I'm not even trying. Like, because I would have to ask you, like, so you're perfect right now, because the scripture says that the Most High is going to make us perfect. So you got a heart of flesh right now instead of a heart of stone. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let me wrap it up because it's getting harder. Don't fall. Job chapter 9 verse 21. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul. I would despise my life, because your life is shit. And this fucked up, bro. Hey, shit. Verse 20. Oh man, them big ass drops is falling now. It says right here, verse 22, Job 9:22. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyed the perfect and the wicked. If the scourge slays suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The Most High is gonna laugh at your ass if he's scourging you, he's making you go through some things, right? All of a sudden you die. He's laughing at you. It might seem cruel. I don't know what the fuck. But if you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 or 4, he also said that he taketh away the beloved ones so that they do not get polluted with the rest of the world's pollution. Okay, last verse. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. The Most High is the one that covered the faces of the judges thereof, because he did it in the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4, and also he explained it in the book of Ezekiel chapter 28, where he said, and I have made you the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have made thee so. Okay, so he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Is the Most High. The where and who is he is talking about the Most High. He is the one that covereth the faces of the judges of the earth. And so with that, I'm going to say all praises go to the Most High Yahawah, Baal Shem Yahashai, Baal Shem Rawah Kudash, double honors unto the elder apostles and great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sensei Akim across the world. Shalom.